At the age of 73, striving to be forever young, Bob Dylan has released yet another album. On this one, he sings well-known songs written by other people. That one of our premier songwriters would do an album of covers has drawn a lot of attention. But I recall that Willie Nelson did this many years ago, and Paul McCartney did it a year or two back, so it's not unheard of, and Dylan has always favored the unexpected. It's noteworthy simply because Dylan, a legend, has chosen to do this. He could issue a recording of animal sounds made in a shower stall, and it would garner plenty of attention and serious critical analysis. I've heard a couple of the songs, and they're okay. His distinctive croak of a voice wrapped around famous lyrics, maybe an improvement on the mumbling renditions of his hits that he's been passing off for years in concerts, but nothing that would bring fame or money to an unknown artist. Because Frank Sinatra also recorded every one of these songs, Dylan's album is being widely compared to one of his, In the Wee Small Hours, so I took the time to listen to that. I didn't know that much about Sinatra. He was before my time. To me, he was an old guy who thought he was hip and sang My Way, Strangers in the Night, and New York, New York. That's about it. The cover of the album is instructive of its contents. It's a picture of Sinatra wearing his hat and suit, tie loosened, holding a lit cigarette, leaning against a building on a blue-lit, deserted city street. White blues, white funk. The man is preoccupied, brooding, deflated, world-weary, a beaten man, looking like a fighter after a tough loss. Gone is the debonair hipster, the Rat Pack smoothie, the crooner who made the little girls scream. This is not that guy. This is, according to the song selections, a loser at love. Sinatra sings in a plaintive voice, not mournful, which would overdo the sadness built into the songs. He sometimes sounds a little flat to me, his voice searching for the right key, which gives, I think, even more of a genuine quality to his performance. I don't like some of the songs, some are all right, and some I find deeply painful and affecting. There isn't an upbeat one among them. Sinatra is down and out, and he's staying there. If you are interested in such things, you will be told that, moving into the 50s, Sinatra was losing his star power. His Bobby Soxer audience wasn't going delirious for someone in his upper 30s. A new sound was in the air, rock and roll. He lost his recording contract with Columbia Records. In 1951, his marriage fell apart. He got a divorce and 10 days later married Ava Gardner, a tumultuous relationship, strained by mutual infidelity, so they say, that ended legally in 1957. In 1953, Sinatra won a Best Supporting Actor award for his role as Private Angelo Maggio in From Here to Eternity. The next year he got a nomination for Best Lead Actor for playing Frankie Machine in The Man with the Golden Arm. So Frank was reestablishing his identity and restoring his fame, as well as his own personal mojo. He was ready to be taken seriously as a recording artist. He was also experiencing what it was like to have a broken heart, which is really why I'm here. I recently came across this thanks to Vince Gill by way of George Jones in singing a song, which is why I took the trouble to look up In the Wee Small Hours. It is a classic when it comes to collections of broken-hearted songs. One more thing about the album. Sinatra was working with Nelson Riddle, who arranged the music, as he did on several other notable albums. They were fruitful collaborators. People like this music, but I am not one of them. I like it so little that it is difficult for me to listen to the songs, trying to separate out the lyrics and the voice. My problem is that I think the music is so literal, lush, and evocative that it is cheesy, especially the fluttering woodwinds and strings and the irritating notes of the xylophone. They undercut, for me they do not amplify, Sinatra's melancholy. I would have preferred something much less, more spare, barren like the empty street on the album cover, tinged with shadow, more like the accompaniment on the album by the other blue-eyed singer, Bob Dylan, Shadows of the Night.